Hi everyone and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today I'm going to show how I make my twice baked potatoes. So let's get started. For my loaded baked potatoes, I'm going to do the first part of the cooking in the microwave so I don't have to heat the oven up quite as long as it takes to bake them in the oven. But we'll do the second part in the oven. But I've got 5 potatoes, but mine are small. Pretty much it's a potato a piece. But like I say, my potatoes are kind of small, so I've got 5 in there. And I'll cook them till they're almost soft, but not all mushy. But where I can scoop out the middle of it. So I'll probably go about 10 minutes, cook it 5 minutes, let it rest a few minutes, then 5 more minutes, and let it rest a few more minutes. And then we'll see where we're at. I cooked my potatoes in the microwave for a total of 11 minutes. I did it for 5 minutes, let them set 5 minutes, 5 more minutes, let it set 5 more minutes. And then they still wasn't quite where I wanted them, so I let them go for another minute. So you can let them set till they get better, easy to handle, where they ain't so hot. But set and cut them long ways. And we're going to scoop out some of the middle. Set them back in your pan. I'm going to finish scooping these out and I'll be right back. Alright, I have all the middles scooped out of my potatoes, and I'm only going to be using 4 of the potatoes. When I cut one in half, it had a bad rotten spot in it, and it was on both sides, so I'm not going to, by the time I dig all that out, there really isn't going to be much left. But while it's still kind of hot, I'm going to go ahead and add the butter. I'm just going to eyeball it, but it's about a tablespoon of butter. And then I'm going to be adding some salt and pepper. Now I'm just going to kind of mash mine up with a fork. Get them a little fluffy. Now I'm going to be adding a little bit of milk, and I can't really tell you how much milk because it just is going to vary. But you just want it kind of fluffy. And no, I do not heat up my milk. I never have. I know a lot of people do when you're adding milk to potatoes. I don't. So I'm going to add little bits at a time and stir it up and see. Need a little more. And that's going to be good right there. And how much sour cream you add is again according to how many potatoes you have. But for this amount, probably about 1/3 of a cup. About 3 tablespoons, heaping tablespoons, which is about 1/4 of a cup. Now I'm going to add a little bit of paprika. You don't have to. I like the color. And I'm going to add some of my dried parsley flakes. If you know me and watch a lot of my videos, I love dried parsley flakes. Tried to grow some parsley in my garden, but it didn't make it. Gonna add a little shredded cheddar cheese. Again, this is up to you. I'm gonna be topping it with some more cheese. About a handful. And then I had my son fry up some bacon. Gonna crumble it up in here. I'm gonna mix this up. Now I'm gonna get me a different spoon and try me a bite. You want a bite, Alex?
No.
No, thank you. That's good. So now just fill up your cavity of your potato. And I have my oven set at 375 degrees. And when my meal gets almost ready, then I'll pop these in the oven for about 5, 7, maybe even 10 minutes till it warms all the way through and the cheese gets nice and bubbly. Here are the potatoes. Gonna top it with a little bit more cheese. What would also I would like on this is some shredded Parmesan cheese would be good too. There. My oven is set at 375 and I will let you know how long I keep them in the oven. We'll be back. I left my potatoes in the oven at 375 for 10 minutes, but ovens will vary just until the cheese is nice and bubbly and it's heated through. But they're gonna be delicious and I hope you enjoy. And as my husband likes to say,
Everybody eats.